Good day to everyone. We are Group 2 and today we will be presenting our activity for AMTE 127L or Aircraft Weight and Balance. Our members consist of Oriel, Cruz, Garcia, and Balita, and our instructor will be Mr. Jesse Marie B. Cobilla. So bago po magsimula or before we start, I would like to inform that I won't be able to show my face while presenting because I've tried Google Meet and Zoom while screen recording and screen sharing, and somehow my mic does not work. I've tried muting, I've tried closing my camera, I've tried recording through Zoom, but it doesn't work. So today I just improvise. I'm just gonna use my camera whenever I'm presenting. So let's start. So our objectives is to calculate the overall weight of the aircraft and determine its center of gravity, which is the CG. To ensure that the aircraft's final loading setup remains within the approved safety limits. And finally, to recognize how maintaining proper weight and balance contributes to overall flight safety. So, these are the aircraft specifications. The basic M28, which is 1,700 pounds. The EWCG, the M28 center of gravity, which is 43 inches aft of datum. The fuel capacity or the usable fuel, which is 50 US gallons. And the maximum ramp weight, which is 2,550 pounds. And the CG range, which is 35 to 47.3 inches aft of datum. So these are the aircraft specifications that helped us check if our computed loading remain within the safe limits. So for our activity 4, we computed the moment, the center of gravity, and the total weight of the aircraft, and we used the weights of our members, which is for Balita, he is the pilot. He weighs 154.32. The co-pilot, which is Oriel, he weighs 143.35. In the rear seat, which is Cruz, 147.71 pounds, and Garcia as the rear passenger seat 2, which he weighs 121.31. Let's go back. So here are the weights. Okay. The baggage area is 80, baggage area 2 is 0, and of course the usable fuel is 120. We got 120 by multiplying 20 by 6, which is 120. So to get our moment, we just multiplied our weight through our arm. Once we get our moment, we would add all of our moment and all of our total weight. All of our weight, and the sum of the sum of weight and the sum of the moment, we would divide that. So the total moment divided by the total weight of the aircraft. So 98,749.14 divided by 2,190.69 is equivalent to 45.1 inches aft of datum. So for our activity 5, we use the same data from activity 4, but we also apply the mean aerodynamic chord or the MAC. The LAMAC is equivalent to 39 inches and the TMAC is equivalent to 97 inches. So with this, we can find the MAC percentage of our center of gravity. So MAC is equivalent to center of gravity minus LAMAC times 100 over MAC. So our center of gravity was 45.1. So we would just minus that by 39. So basically it's like this. it's 45.1 minus 39 over 58 times 100. So the answer to that would be 10.5. Is it here? Here is our answer, 10.5 or 10.52, 10.52%. This means that our computed center of gravity lies within or at 10.5% of the Mach, which falls within the acceptable CG range. Therefore, our therefore in this activity, our aircraft or our loading aircraft setup is safe and within the safety limits.
So my name is Andrew Amir S. Oriel, and I'm a part of Gab's group. So continuing with what he was iterating, we are going to move on to activity 6. So in activity 6, what we did was we compared the results from the mathematical method and the graphical method using the provided loading graph. This allowed us to verify if both methods matched or had slight differences. So the data given to us, such as this basic empty weight, it was 2,100 pounds, and the empty weight center of gravity is 141 inches. Using our reduction factor from the graph and compared both mathematical and graphical CG positions for this comparison. So as you can see, this is the data that we collected. As you see, the pilot, the co-pilot, rear seat 1 and rear seat 2, this is obviously our group members. This is the group members. And the baggage 50 was our only given weight, so there we go. So that's all for activity 6. We collected the total weight and the moment. Next, we have activity 7. In activity 7, we performed the final loading planning using all the data from previous activities after summing all weights, pilot, passenger, baggage, and full fuel. We found that our total weight, slightly exceeded the aircraft's maximum ramp weight. So this means the aircraft was overloaded. I'll be showing you that in a second. But for the data that we were given, the basic empty weight was 1,700 pounds, while the empty weight center of gravity was 43 inches aft of datum. So our fuel was 50 gallons, so times 6, always. That's the rule. It becomes 300 pounds. And maximum ramp weight was 2,550 pounds, and the CG range was 35 and 47.3 in aft of datum. And the occupant weight is our group weight, as mentioned earlier. And the baggage and the equipment totals. So as you can see, this is our data. What I was iterate what I was saying earlier, and that is our total moment. So this is our graph. As you can see, in the graph in my left, or as you can see, the loading graph, where we found the moments, we applied the weight first so that we could find the moment. There are lines that indicate the the things that we have to locate on. So which is the pilot, fuel, rear passengers, and whatnot. So what we did was we obviously found the weight and aligned it to that line. So when we go down, we can find, as you can see, the load moment divided by 1,000 pounds, which is the reduction factor. After we found all of that, the data that we found in this data sheet, we put it in our loading graph. This loading graph determines if our aircraft is perfectly balanced or not. So as you can see, it is overweight, or it is not in that envelope, in that CG envelope. So we concluded this as overloaded. So for our priority equipment list, this is what we decided. This is what me and my group decided to choose. We have the airworthiness certificate and registration. It's a documentation. As you can see, these are all the weights, which I will be not mentioning because it is already up here, but it's 0.5 pounds. It's a mandatory, always. A certificate and registration is like a license in your daily life. So it's really important. It's like driving a car, and without driving a license in your car can lead to consequences. Aircraft logbook, always mandatory. It's also the records, aircraft maintenance, inspection, and flight time. So every flight that an aircraft takes must always have maintenance. So it needs to have its logbooks for records as basis. So our next one is the basic toolkit. It is a moderate priority level, but it's for like quick light maintenance tasks or adjustment. So it's a good it's a good option to have while in flight, during flight, or after before flights. As you can see, the checklist is mandatory as it ensures proper and standardized procedures are followed in all phases of flight. The flashlight, it's a high priority because if for pre-flight and night inspections or during electrical failures, it's a good option. It's a really good option to have while in flight. Our first aid kit is also a high because you never know. There might be minor injuries or medical emergencies during flight. Next, we have the fire extinguisher. It is a high for extinguishing small onboard fires, if ever it comes to that conclusion. The pilot's operating handbook is a mandatory priority level as it contains essential operating procedures. A portable radio is moderate. It serves as backup communication. Personal pilot gear is moderate as it helps maintain communication, organization, and comfort during flights. And survival kits is moderate. It ensures survival in case of emergencies. So the total weight of this is 29 pounds, which is in the range of our needed weights. So in conclusion, based on our final computations, the aircraft total weight exceeded the maximum allowable limit of 2,550 pounds. This means our loading configuration was overweight and therefore unsafe for flight. The results highlights the importance of performing accurate weight and balance checks before every flight to prevent overloading, which can negatively affect aircraft performance, control, and safety. So that said, weight and balance and performing um, daily checks or every maintenance checks after each flight is super important, especially when checking with weight because weight can cause effects in air, in lift, in taking off, or even landing because overloaded weight can result to unwanted conclusions. So without being ado, thank you so much for listening to our group and thank you.